handy and bundle up. We're in for a cold morning here in Southeast Texas. We'll tell you when warmer weather will sweep through our area.
Plus, it's been an eventful year in Texas, from natural disasters to a political shakeup. We're taking a look back at the top headlines across the state in 2025.
And a dramatic rescue caught on camera. Hear from the Good Samaritan who helped save a couple on the side of a highway and what kept their SUV from plummeting down a mountain. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with us here on 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It's 7:01, and we're going to begin with unexpected video this morning. Check this out. A 12 News viewer sent this in. Look at that. That's sleet falling in Silsbee last night. Not quite the winter weather many of us were expecting. Let's go ahead and get a first look at our weather here with meteorologist Carrie Cooper standing by in our 12 News Weather Impact Center. Carrie, a lot colder this morning than it was yesterday. When's it going to warm up?
Well, it starts a little bit this afternoon. We'll have lots of sun. We should reach the low 50s for highs. At least we're getting into the 50s, not the 40s. Some high clouds this morning, but it's clearing quick. We expect a lot of sun today, a lot less wind, and be pretty nice overall. Highs in the low 50s. We're starting out in the mid to upper 30s. So yeah, cold start, and then temperatures will rebound tomorrow into the low 60s. So 10 degrees warmer tomorrow than what we're expecting today. See the high clouds moving out. 35 degrees. It's a cold one. Bundle up if you're heading out this morning. 34 up in Jasper, but with lots of sun, as we said, we should reach the low 50s this afternoon. Very, very nice. High pressure settling into the air. You can see those clouds moving out at the present time. Coming up a little bit later, we'll talk about the rest of that forecast and an early look into the weekend.
All right, thanks, Carrie. Well, the Beaumont restaurant is closing its doors. The owners of Monterey House Mexican Restaurant announced they're shutting down this week. The restaurant first opened in 1963, starting as a small Tex-Mex takeout stand with just 4 tables. For more than 6 decades, Bob and Priest Luan served families across the Golden Triangle. Priest says after years of working in the restaurant, she and her husband are ready to retire.
If I could walk right now, I'd be helping them in the back right now, because that's what I did. I worked the register and I helped in the back. I worked pregnant and having young babies. When we first started, we had a mobile home behind the business.
Monterey House will serve its final meal tomorrow on New Year's Eve.
All right, we have a traffic alert for drivers in Jefferson County. The left lane of I-10 west from Washington Boulevard to Hildebrandt Bayou, basically in Beaumont there. That's going to be closed tonight and Friday night. These closures are going to run from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. You should expect delays. Well, 2025 is coming to an end, and we are taking a look back at some of the biggest stories that made headlines in Texas this year.
Here's Jenny Lee with our sister station in Austin.
In March, wildfires ravaged parts of the state.
I just saw the black cloud, and I knew right away something bad's coming.
The Crabapple Fire burned nearly 10,000 acres in Gillespie County, forcing evacuations and destroying structures. By fall, drought conditions were so severe, Governor Greg Abbott declared a wildfire disaster across 179 counties. In April, a deadly high school sports event stunned Collin County. Carmelo Anthony was charged with first-degree murder after a stabbing at a track meet killed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. The case reignited concerns about youth violence and school safety statewide. A massive infrastructure milestone along the Texas coast in June. The $2 billion Harbor Bridge in Corpus Christi completed its first phase, becoming the largest cable-stayed bridge in the U.S. Leaders say it would boost trade, tourism, and the state's economy for decades. On July 4th weekend, deadly floods devastated parts of central Texas.
I had to swim through a window and hold on to the meter box outside of the house.
Historic flash flooding swept through the hill country, especially Kerr County, killing more than 100 people and destroying homes and campgrounds. The disaster prompted stricter safety laws for camps. Redistricting sparked a political upheaval at the Capitol. Texas approved new congressional maps in August that critics called a racial and partisan gerrymander. After months of courtroom battles, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed the maps to stand, shaping elections heading into 2026. Uvalde CISD released its records from the 2022 mass shooting at Robb Elementary School. The documents revealed further evidence of the delayed police response. The city also held an emotional ceremony for the opening of a new school replacing Robb Elementary.
May Legacy Elementary School stand as a testimony to our remembrance, resilience, and commitment to our children, our staff, and the future of Uvalde.
Security at federal facilities came under scrutiny after a deadly shooting in Dallas.
Rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
In September, a gunman opened fire at an ICE facility. The attack sparked renewed debate over safety and immigration enforcement in major cities. In October, a death row case shook the state's criminal justice system. The Court of Criminal Appeals stopped Robert Robertson's execution just days before it was scheduled. Judges cited concerns over discredited forensic science used in his 2003 conviction. In December, public health rules tightened in Dallas. City passed a sweeping ban on vaping in most public indoor spaces and near building entrances. And for the first time in more than 30 years, the San Antonio Zoo is welcoming back gorillas. The Congo Falls habitat is now open to the public with 8 western lowland gorillas.
All right, and your money matters. Despite holiday shopping, a lot of things can burn your money fast, so we have some tips to protect your wallet.
Yeah, first, if you're a sports fan shopping for jerseys, well, experts say beware counterfeits that can fall apart easily. Red flags there include generic tags, logos that look ironed on, and prices that just seem too good to be true. Consumer advocates say buy from licensed stores or authorized sites like Team Shops or Fans. Well, next, when buying a new or used car, what you buy could save or cost you thousands.
Consumer Reports says the most reliable used car brands include Lexus, Toyota, Mazda, Acura, and Honda. Experts say most 5 to 10-year-old vehicles last longer and cost less to maintain. Kelley Blue Book also found Toyota and Lexus have the lowest total cost to own over 5 years, including maintenance, insurance, and depreciation. As with any car, follow the maintenance schedule and always get an inspection before you buy. Finally, you can save big in January.
Yeah, finance experts say some of the best deals hit after the holidays, and this includes cars during the year-end clearance sales, large TVs ahead of the Super Bowl, furniture around MLK and President's Day, and fitness equipment for the new year. But remember, a deal is only a deal if you actually need it. Buying something just because it's on sale can lead to credit card regrets. Check this out. It was a close call for a couple driving through the Sierras on Christmas. That's all caught on camera.
Their car slid off a highway, landing with only a tree, keeping them from plummeting down a mountainside. Denson Cortez spoke to the Good Samaritan who came to their rescue, and he wasn't the only one.
A terrifying moment caught on camera on historic Highway 50.
Baby, oh my goodness.
Family's car losing total control. Their lives literally hanging in the balance. Behind them, a Good Samaritan jumps out with no hesitation.
During that time, I think it's the adrenaline kicking in.
That person, Staff Sergeant Ruben Tala, stationed at Travis Air Force Base.
During the day, we're really excited to go there, we like snow, and then that thing happens.
He and his family heading up the historic Sierra Corridor, but in seconds, faced with a choice.
So you had the car behind you. When you saw that car spin out, what went through your mind?
Well, when I saw the car spin out, like I told you, I thought about my wife and my daughter. What if there's a family on that car? Somebody has to help,
The car teetering hundreds of feet below, dangling by just a tree.
One wrong move, he can be with that car tumbling all the way down to the slope.
I yelled at them, "Hey, do you have any rope? I need some rope." Then one guy ran back to his truck and gave me a rope. Then the other 3 guys, they were holding my hands, try to keep the car not moving.
Highway 50, known for its hazardous driving conditions during the winter, posing trouble for even the most experienced drivers.
So the driver is really thankful. He's really thankful at me, and I think his wife is still in state of shock that time. She was holding her 2 dogs.
A decision that was made in seconds, but an instinct that changed a couple's lifetime.
It's funny too, because like one of her dogs' name is Luna, which is my daughter's name. I was like, how was the coincidence, right?
People might see this video and consider you a hero. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm just doing my part to help somebody else, you know. That's how we're trained in Air Force. We help somebody when they need some help.
No matter the situation.
No matter the situation is.
Wow, talk about right place, right time.
And it's always the right people. Like
Yes.
for him to have some training.
That's right.
In those instances, I probably would have slid trying to help him.
Absolutely. No, I'm glad that everyone who could showed up. Well, coming up next here on 12 News Plus, a drunk driving deaths. They're spiking around New Year every year. A mother-daughter duo, they working to change the conversation. The story of Montana bar ferries coming up. Plus, a massive lobster heist and the trendiest moments of 2025. Your trending news is coming up. Your time's 7:11.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us. To the spot welders and forklift drivers. To the pipeline technicians and plant operators. To the chemists, custodians, and contractors. And the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/Golden Apple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back. Law enforcement is going to be out in full force over the next few days. They're cracking down on drunk drivers as people get ready to ring in the new year. According to TxDOT, the state saw more than 2,000 drunk driving crashes in 2024. 96 people were killed and 201 were seriously hurt. To help, TxDOT's launching its Drive Sober, No Regrets campaign that's going to last through January 1st.
Drunk driving is a huge problem year-round in Texas, but it's worse during the holiday season. No matter the time period, though, if you choose to get behind the wheel after drinking, there will be consequences.
If you drink any amount of alcohol, call a sober friend or a rideshare service instead of driving. And as drunk driving deaths see a spike during the holiday season, a mother and daughter up north are working to change the conversation surrounding the issue with a little positive reinforcement. ABC's Hannah Bata introduces us to the Montana Bar Ferries.
Coming to you from Billings, Montana. We're out here doing bar ferrying.
Every weekend, these volunteers are sharing good spirits with partiers who opt for a safe ride home and ditch their car at the bar.
We leave this little card, I have one here, right on the windshield, under their windshield wiper, and it just inside says, thank you for not drinking and driving, for doing your part to keep the community safe. Here's a coffee on us.
It all started with this mother-daughter duo motivated by heartbreak. In March of 2023, their son and brother, Bobby Dubree, was crossing the street on his 21st birthday when he was hit and killed by a drunken driver.
The driver who killed him and hit him had a blood alcohol of 0.20, which is more than twice the legal limit. And he was so drunk that he barely even remembers the night.
Right after my brother died, I was driving to my mom's house, and I drove by a local bar, and because it was March in Montana, I noticed that the cars that were left overnight were all frosted over. And I was thinking, like, I wish there was some way to tell those people, thank you for not drinking and driving.
So that's what these ferries have been doing.
We are at B-Road.
One enchanted parking spot.
Good morning from Whitefish.
At a time.
That way, they get to have a coffee, they get to be reminded of someone who in their community who has died. And there's our information on the back if they want to get involved.
The latest government data shows Montana ranks among the highest in the U.S. for percentages of alcohol-impaired driving deaths among total traffic crashes. And nationwide, December drunk driving deaths are at one of the highest in 15 years, with 1,038 lives lost in December of 2023. These ferries know changing these statistics will take some time, but nothing is stopping them from continuing to reach for their happily ever after hours.
We know the culture is changing in Montana, and it is making a difference.
Hannah Bata, ABC News, New York.
Well, skies are partly cloudy across the area this morning, becoming clear though. These high clouds are moving out. A cold morning on our Roofing 911 Skycam network in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. Cold start, but running in the mid to upper 30s across the area this morning. We should warm to the lower 50s this afternoon. 38 in Orange, 34 Jasper, 35 here in Beaumont. You can see those high clouds beginning to move out. And otherwise, most of the state, mostly clear. There's those high clouds right on the edge now, so lots of sunshine expected today with temperatures reaching the low 50s. We're running about 14 degrees colder right now than we were this exact same time yesterday morning. Pretty chilly, and Futurecast shows 50s this afternoon. Tonight we'll drop into the 40s early, and then it's a light freeze after that. Pretty cold to start off your Wednesday morning, around 30, 31, some upper 20s in the lakes. And we should break the lower 60s tomorrow. Should be around 61, 62 for highs coming up for your Wednesday. No rain expected over the course of the next week. We certainly need it, need a lot of it, but doesn't look see much in the forecast coming up whatsoever. Light freeze expected tonight, not a hard freeze, so that's good news there. Lows will be in the mid to upper 20s in the lakes, right around 30 in the triangles. Pretty cold night coming up. Nice warm up though begins tomorrow. We should reach the 60s, but today low 50s for highs with lots of sun. Northerly winds pretty light today, no wind at all expected tonight. 27, 28 in the morning in the lakes, right around 30, 32 here in the triangle. As we said, just not much wind at all. 7-day forecast, freeze tonight, 61 tomorrow. That'll be nice. 38 tomorrow night, up to 70 on New Year's Day. How about 77 on Friday? Then as we head into the weekend, looks like lower 70s for highs and temperatures in the 40s and 50s at night. Pretty cold stuff this morning. Grab that coat heading out, but should get into the low 50s. That's not too bad this afternoon. It's not warm, but at least it's not freezing cold.
That's right.
And that's at the 60s tomorrow.
Stay bundled up for one more night, it sounds like.
One more.
And then it's back to normal business as usual in Southeast Texas.
I want some beef stew, but I feel like I should have made Carrie's face. I feel like I should be making it now. Like today's the day to eat it because tomorrow it'll warm up.
You got to plan for these things around here.
I
'cause
know,
that
god dang.
Cold's gone before you know it. All right, well, just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. 7:20, time for some trending news here on 12 News Plus. In New England, a fishing scam led to a massive seafood heist.
$400,000 worth of lobster was stolen in Massachusetts. The haul was intercepted at a shipping facility, and get this, it was the second time the place got hit in the last month. A guy just walked in and took it. The thieves posed as the legitimate company using an email address with just one character out of place. That's how they got them, and apparently Target Seafood, because unlike electronics, there are no serial numbers to track it. How can we get some crawfish then?
That's right. I'm not asking for $400,000
Right.
worth of crawfish. Just a few
see
sacks.
A couple of pounds.
That's right. We're on the same page.
Hook us up. Well, Malcolm in the Middle is officially back.
Yeah, the iconic comedy about a somewhat dysfunctional family is getting a 4-episode revival, premiering April 10th on Hulu and Disney+. Now, nearly 20 years later, parents Hal and Lois, they are dragging a grown-up Malcolm back into family chaos for their 40th anniversary party. Yes, the brothers, they are back. New kids are in the mix, and Malcolm now has a daughter of his own. The trailer proves the chaos never left. It just grew up a little bit. Classic show right there. All right, well, some of the trendiest moments of 2025 had us laughing, cringing, and sharing nonstop.
From Labubu toys and viral memes to TikTok goodbyes, and we can't forget that unforgettable Coldplay Kiss Cam fiasco. It was a year full of shocking and quirky headlines. Katy Perry even went to space. A raccoon made waves after a liquor store bender, and Americans braced for TikTok's possible U.S. ban until a last-minute deal saved the app. We also had a logo controversy with Cracker Barrel. The haunted Annabelle doll made headlines again in the streaming sensation 6-7. It took over everything.
6-7.
Yeah, 2025 was weird, wild, and unforgettable, and we've still got one more day of 2025.
Sure, I totally forgot that Katy Perry
Oh, wait, we have
went to
two.
space. Yeah, sure.
Tomorrow's still 2025, right?
Yeah, it is. And today, the rest of today.
Yeah.
Today's already started, though.
Okay, we could black and sparkly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or gold.
Getting ready for the to ring in that new year in the morning show.
All right, 7:22 right now. Carrie will be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have an update this morning on a group we were talking about quite a bit last month.
Yeah, we're talking about those Buddhist monks who stopped here in Southeast Texas on their peace walk from Texas to Washington, D.C. Well, that group got a very warm welcome as they arrived in Fayetteville, Georgia yesterday. Well, last month, a few of them got hurt in Liberty County when a truck accidentally ran into that escort vehicle as they were walking through Dayton. One of them had to have his leg amputated because of that wreck. Now, according to the group's Facebook page, he remains in high spirits as he recovers.
And a cold morning across the area this morning, starting out in the mid to upper 30s. Do expect a lot of sunshine today. Should reach the low 50s for highs. Light freeze tonight, lows around 30, and we should be in the low 60s for your New Year's Eve, and for New Year's Day, up to 70 for a high. And then we're looking at some upper 70s on Friday. Could even hit 80 there on Friday afternoon. Then a weak cold front comes in Friday night, so a little bit cooler over the weekend, not much. Still low 70s for highs, lows at night in the mid to upper 40s. And then Sunday morning, 53 for a low. Of course, coming up a little bit later, we'll take an early look at that weekend.
And coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, a beloved orange business saying goodbye when Roberts Meat Market's going to serve its last customer after the community showed up in support for its final sale.
Plus, another Southeast Texas staple is shutting down. The Tex-Mex Treasure closing up shop after more than 6 decades serving the Golden Triangle.
And a family near San Antonio holding out hope as the search continues for a teen who went missing on Christmas Eve. The newest video showing what investigators believe was the last time she was seen.
And it's 7:27, taking a live look outside. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. It's 7:30. Let's take a look at your top stories this morning. A nurse was arrested after the Jasper County's office says she brought contraband into the county jail. Amanda Finch was employed by Southern Health Partners as a contract nurse for the jail. Sheriff Chuck Havard says she smuggled in cell phones to inmates on several occasions. She's charged with prohibited items in a correctional facility.
An inmate's death's under investigation at the Beaumont Federal Prison. Investigators say that 36-year-old Destiran Arnold was found unresponsive just before 11:30 Monday morning. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Officials say no one else was hurt in this. Arnold was serving more than 15 years for armed robbery. The FBI is now investigating his death.
Beaumont police have handed over their report involving a deadly shooting to the state. A suspect was killed by police under an overpass back on December 12th after investigators say he fired at officers. The report confirms 2 officers involved in the shooting are on administrative leave. Port Arthur police have not yet submitted their report to the state.
All right, let's go ahead and take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network here above Orange. Looking at the traffic there on the interstate, moving along. Pretty sunrise right there, pretty colors out there, Kerry. Looking cold though too. How's it looking?
Yeah, it's pretty cold. We have temperatures in the mid to upper 30s across the area this morning. We'll be warming into the low 50s this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, very nice day coming up, and with light winds and clear skies tonight. Light freeze expected, lows around 30 tonight, some upper 20s in the lakes. We should reach the low 60s tomorrow, near 70 for a New Year's Day. That'll be nice, and upper 70s on Friday, close to 80 there. A little weak front comes in Friday night, but still over the weekend, not too bad at all. So cold start this morning, cool day today, even though we'll have a lot of sun, up to 53, 61 tomorrow, that'll be better, and then close to 70 on New Year's Day. Very, very nice coming up, especially toward the end of the week and as we head into the weekend. Still no rain in the forecast the next 7 days as the drought will continue. We'll talk more about that and the rest of your forecast a little bit later.
After serving the Orange County community for more than 4 decades, a longtime family business is preparing to close its doors. The owners of Roberts Meat Market say they'd like to retire. Roberts has been a staple in Orange for 45 years. The Orange community showed up there yesterday with a line out the door. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato spoke to a customer who has supported the business for years.
The community, they've been real great for us. It's been a good ride.
Inside Roberts Meat Market, the cases are emptying, but the store is not.
And look at this, they're still coming in. We're going to be out of merchandise for long, which is what we want. We want to run out, you know. So, let's see. When we run out, we shut it down.
45 years later, customers continue flooding in.
Coming to see if he had anything good and get some catfish, because we love the catfish from here.
We've always been coming here to get their delicious pan sausage.
Lined up, hoping for one last visit to a place that's been part of their lives for decades.
My mom was the first person to even go, and we were kids when he was on Simmons Drive.
For Cynthia Weathers, the market is part of her childhood and a place where meals and memories were made.
We would eat at the restaurant at least twice a week. Yes, twice a week. That was our spot.
Roberts Meat Market kept its doors open, serving customers no matter the challenge, even after closing their steakhouse restaurant back in August.
We went through 2 hurricanes, flood, fire, so we're ready to go. Don't really want to, but we're ready.
Customers say the goodbye is hard, but well-deserved.
He's like family. He really is, and as much as we're going to be sad to see him close, he deserves a vacation. He's been open a long time. And
while the doors may close, the memories will stay.
We're ready to try and enjoy my retirement, play with my cows.
Roberts Meat Market will close its doors permanently tomorrow, and we're told the boudin balls will never be forgotten.
Well, a Beaumont restaurant, they're also going to be closing its doors. The owners of Monterey House Mexican Restaurant, they announced that they are closing this week. The restaurant, it first opened back in 1963, starting as a small Tex-Mex takeout stand with just 4 tables. For more than 6 decades, Bob and Pris Lejeune, they served families across the Golden Triangle. Pris says after years of working in the restaurant, she and her husband are ready to retire.
If I could walk right now, I'd be helping them in the back right now, because that's what I did. I worked the register and I helped in the back. I worked pregnant and having young babies. When we first started, we had a mobile home behind the business.
Monterey House will also serve its final meal tomorrow on New Year's Eve.
We're getting new dash cam video of a missing 19-year-old near San Antonio. Investigators believe this video shows Camila Mendoza almost walking near her home. She was last seen on the morning of Christmas Eve. Her family says her phone was left behind and was found on her bed, turned off. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office believes she's in imminent danger. As the search continues, her family remains hopeful.
I know I got my faith. I'm a man of faith, and all these people out here too. And we're doing the prayers, and Jesus Christ and the good Lord cover her with guardian angels and His blood that she's coming home.
The FBI has joined the investigation and is looking into digital evidence.
Across the nation now, we're nearing the 1-year anniversary of the New Year's Day terrorist attack in New Orleans. And yesterday, city officials, they spoke about security measures that they're taking to keep people safe. On New Year's Day a year ago, a man with ties to Beaumont drove a pickup truck through crowds on Bourbon Street. 14 people were killed and dozens were injured. City officials say they're incorporating what was learned from that attack into their security plans this year. New Orleans Department of Homeland Security Director Colin Arnold says city, state, and the federal law enforcement officers are going to be on hand along with the National Guard.
It appears that we're going to have close to 800 law enforcement downtown and in the French Quarter, and I think that that's going to be outstanding. You're going to see an incredible visual presence in the French Quarter and throughout downtown over the rest of this week.
Officials also urging both tourists and locals to be aware of their surroundings when in large crowds. Well, the Trump administration's investigating several companies for using diversity initiatives to hire and promote workers.
The Justice Department is using the False Claims Act to justify its probes. That's a law designed to hold contractors who bill the government for work that was never performed accountable. The Justice Department believes holding a federal contract while considering diversity constitutes fraud. The Wall Street Journal is reporting Alphabet and Verizon have received demands to supply documents. Neither has commented on the matter. The Journal says companies and industries, including automotive, pharmaceuticals, defense, and utilities, are also being targeted. This year, we saw a troubling trend, growing threats against political leaders. Perhaps nothing exemplified this more than the shocking assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, NBC's Stephanie Gosk looks at the rise of political violence in 2025.
On September 10th, an unthinkable act of political violence playing out before a crowd of 3,000. The brazen assassination of influential conservative activist Charlie Kirk as he was speaking on the campus of Utah Valley University. The 31-year-old CEO of Turning Point USA leaving behind his wife and 2 small children. The attack prompting an outcry over political violence in the U.S.
We can return hate with hate. And that's the problem with political violence, is it metastasizes.
The investigation revealed signs of a troubling new trend. Bullet casings inscribed with threatening messages, including one investigators say read, "Hey fascist, catch." The suspect is charged with aggravated murder and could face the death penalty. He has not yet entered a plea. Some data shows political violence is getting worse, with threats against public figures from both parties on the rise. Capitol Police telling NBC News its agents were on track to work through roughly 14,000 threat assessment cases this year alone, up 48% from 2024. Kirk's assassination follows attacks on other political leaders this year. On April 13th, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro was the target of an arson attack on his home.
It's especially hard to know that he tried to burn our family to death
while we slept.
Security camera video shows a man breaking into the governor's mansion using Molotov cocktails to start the fire. The suspect later pleaded guilty. And 2 months later, on June 14th in Minnesota, Democratic state legislator Melissa Hortman and her husband gunned down in their home. Prosecutors say the suspect went on a planned rampage that started with shooting Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette at their home nearby. Authorities say the suspect had notebooks filled with names and addresses of over 45 Democratic lawmakers. The suspect has pleaded not guilty.
This was a grievous wound that Minnesota experienced. These are public servants that raised their hands and said they would serve, and they were just doing their job.
In the wake of Kirk's assassination, President Trump declared October 14th, Kirk's birthday, as a national day of remembrance and posthumously awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. His widow, Erica Kirk, now taking over as CEO of Turning Point USA, saying at his memorial that she forgives his killer.
I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate.
And still ahead on Daybreak, dry, windy conditions in southeast Texas are raising wildfire risks. What you need to know to stay safe.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
If you're planning to burn anything this week, be careful. Officials say the windy, cold, dry weather is creating the perfect conditions for wildfires. 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett spoke to local fire chiefs who are on high alert.
A wind-driven fire by far will spread faster than any other condition that exists.
In Jasper County, Chief James Gunter with the Beech Grove Volunteer Fire Department says lately they've been experiencing wind gusts as high as 39 miles an hour. He says a call came in Monday morning after winds blew over several trees on a county road.
The tree, road was closed for about an hour, but it was a big hardwood tree, probably a 50, 60-year-old tree that blew over.
Winds that can knock over a tree along with dry and cold conditions can fuel wildfires.
and then you give them any source of ignition, then you put a 20, 30 mile an hour wind behind it, it's going to take off. It's going to cover a lot of ground quick. We went to one just a few days ago that ended up being 14 acres because it was wind driven.
Port Neches Fire Chief Eloy Vega agrees. He says these factors should be considered by anyone who wants to ring in the new year with fireworks.
Big fire starts small, and all it takes is one errant spark to come in contact with, say, a pile of leaves to create the heat enough to where the wind will come in and fan it, and before you know it, in the matter of seconds, what started out as a small spark or ember can turn into an uncontrolled fire.
Both want families to end 2025 by being safe.
If you're not exercising common sense, then not only could you start a fire, you may blow a hand off.
Chief Gunter also says never leave a fire unattended and always keep a way to extinguish it nearby.
And grab that coat heading out this morning. We have temperatures in the mid to upper 30s across the area, low to mid 30s in the lakes. Still dealing with a few mid and high level clouds. Those will be moving out though. Lots of sun expected today. Our Roofing 911 Sky Cam Network outside our 12 studio, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. 37 in Orange, right around freezing now in Jasper, 39 in Port Arthur. You see the clouds beginning to work on out. We're on the back edge right along the interstate now, so a lot of sun expected today. We're running about 14 degrees colder right now than we were this time yesterday, and once again with those highs in the low 50s this afternoon, that'll feel pretty decent. It certainly is cold out there this morning, that's for sure, and even colder tonight. Light freeze expected tonight. The good news is no wind. We'll get rid of that wind. We'll have low temperatures in the upper 20s in the lakes to the right around 30 to 32 along Interstate 10. We should reach the 60s though for highs tomorrow. Very nice coming up for your New Year's Eve. No rain in the forecast over the next week. That's not good news because we certainly need that, but looks awful dry over the next several days. Temperatures in the morning near 30 when you wake up along the interstate, mid to upper 20s in a few spots in the lakes. Now this is a light freeze, not a hard freeze, so that's some good news there. Today becoming sunny, highs in the low 50s. That's it. Fairly cool across southeast Texas for today, even though we'll have lots of sun, not a lot of wind, only 53 the highs. So kind of a cool day. Tonight, light freeze, clear, cold. Overnight lows dropping to the mid to upper 20s in the lakes to around 30, 32 in the Triangle. Cold start, 29 in Koontz, 31 in China. 7-day forecast will feature 61 tomorrow, then close to 70. New Year's Day looks nice, near 70 for a high, 50s for lows Thursday night, and then 77 as we head toward Friday. Could even be close to 80 on Friday. That would be nice. Fall out a little bit. Close.
Ooh.
It's getting there, huh? Southeast Texas. Went fishing on Christmas. I guess we're gonna, it's gonna be how it is throughout January and February, maybe even. All right, thank you, Carrie. Well, when we set our resolutions for the new year, there are ways for us to think sustainability, but for ourselves and the planet, or both for ourselves and the planet. ABC's chief climate correspondent Ginger Z has more.
As the ball drops and we ring in 2026 around the world, many people are setting goals for the upcoming year. Whether losing weight or saving money's on your list, there are New Year's resolutions that can help us invest in ourselves and the planet.
What's really cool is we get to think about what we get to add to our lives that will make our lives better.
Sustainability goals can look as simple as shopping less to limit consumption, taking public transportation, of course, and eating plant-based meals. If it all sounds daunting, UCLA lecturer Tamar Christensen says to get started, just think about places where you can make a difference.
And they can look at what kind of individual action they can take, what kind of political or governmental action they might be able to take, and then what kinds of corporate action they might be able to take.
Christensen suggests breaking down sustainability goals into smaller, more approachable steps.
You can just say, maybe I'm plant-based before dinner, or maybe I'm plant-based on the weekends, or just on the weekdays. And you can kind of amp up slowly. And I think this is the best way to build a really good habit that's going to stick. And it's going to be exciting and adventurous for you along the way, and not feel like a burden.
Additionally, Christensen says your mindset can help maintain the momentum and stick to your resolutions throughout the year.
I think if we can think about the framing slightly differently, it's going to go a long way. What is our approach here? What do we care about? What are we enjoying about this process? Because if we don't enjoy the process, we won't keep doing it.
For some easy sustainability goals for the new year, Christensen suggests switching your toilet paper for recycled paper, changing your bank account to a local credit union to invest in your community, or making your own peanut butter in a food processor. With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
New year, new resolutions. Could this be the year you pick up that book you've been meaning to read? Well, experts are sharing their advice for getting back into the habit. Federal data shows in 2023, 16% of Americans read for pleasure on an average day. That's down from 28% in 2024. That includes books, audiobooks, ebooks, and magazines. Staff at a library in Wisconsin say they recommend books based on TV shows or movies that patrons enjoy. They say it's important to get recommendations from different places, including friends or online communities, to create a habit. Experts say you should start by scheduling reading into your day. Even a few pages during lunch or before bed can make a big difference. And if you don't like a book, it's okay to put it down and start another.
Well, another resolution most people are trying is Dry January, and that involves taking a break from alcohol for the month, whether for health reasons or to rethink your relationship with drinking. The director of the Penn State Neuroscience Institute says that one key to success is knowing why you want to abstain and letting friends and family know so that they can support you. They say that the benefits can show up pretty quickly.
One day off from alcohol can do a lot for your body, and 1 month can do even more. So alcohol is immediately changing our physiology, not only in our brain, but in the rest of our body. And so taking 1 month off from alcohol can help people see how their general alcohol consumption, no matter how high or how low it had been, might influence their health.
Experts sharing a warning for very heavy drinkers, though, about the potential of serious withdrawal symptoms. In some cases, they can be deadly and include seizures, delirium, and hypertension. If you fit into this category, doctors recommend seeking medical care to help you step away from alcohol use. And when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we're going to have more news and weather in your morning rush out. Time's now 7:52.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now. Weekdays, noon. Only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:54 right now. It's time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. After serving the Orange County community for more than 4 decades, Roberts Meat Market is closing its doors tomorrow. The owners say they're looking to retire. Roberts has been a staple in Orange for the last 45 years. Yesterday, the Orange community showed up in support, forming a line out the door. Customers say the goodbye is hard, but the retirement is well deserved.
The Monterey House Mexican restaurant's also closing this week. That restaurant's located on 11th Street in Beaumont. It opened back in 1963 as a small Tex-Mex takeout stand. It only had 4 tables when it opened. Well, after more than 6 decades, owner Bob and Pris Lejeune say that they are also retiring. The Beaumont staple is going to serve its final meal tomorrow on New Year's Eve.
And finally, we want to remind you about a traffic alert for drivers in Jefferson County. A portion of the left lane of I-10 West will be closed a couple of nights this week in Beaumont. The stretch is from Washington Boulevard to Hillbrant Bayou. The closures will run from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. tonight and Friday night, so expect delays.
And a cold start this morning, but we will warm a little bit into the low 50s this afternoon with lots of sunshine. Light freeze tonight, 31. Low 60s tomorrow, and then near 70 coming up for New Year's Day.
Very cool. Well, here's a reason to smile. Over the weekend, folks in a small town near Valencia, Spain held their annual winter festival, but as you can see, it looked a lot more like a war. The town's festival is basically a big flower fight, complete with flour, eggs, and firecrackers, turning the streets into a festive battlefield. The tradition dates back more than 200 years, making it one of the oldest winter festivities in Spain. I don't get it, what it has to do with winter, but apparently they're trying to bake a cake out there or something like that. I love it though. Good for them. I'd love to go do that sometime.
If I was prepared for it, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, don't show up
unprepared. That's right. You got to be ready for that.
All right. Thanks so much for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus.
We'll be back at 11.